Since 2006, we've been doing annually, if not twice a year, Dr. Mark Hyman's Detox Box. I feel amazing after I do it. I look at it simply as a way to tune up, like you tune up your car. This is a tune-up for your body. Is that this was the beginning of my journey into creating a healthier lifestyle, and it was able to maintain. It stuck, and I went further. If you're interested in feeling great, then this would be something that would be worth considering and trying out. We like to start the new year by cleaning out our system, and we do it usually with a 21 to 28 day detox. So the first step on the detox, the first thing you do when you wake up is you take a buffered vitamin C powder, and you do this with 8 ounces of water and 1 teaspoon of the vitamin C powder. And the kind we're getting is from Allergy Research Group. So that's about 8 ounces of water, and it becomes like this color, like milky looking. Step 1, the vitamin C. Step 2 is taking bentonite clay, and this is for your upper and lower GI tract, and it's really for detoxification. So this is what the box looks like, Sone 7, and you can find this in your health food store. When you open the box, you get this bottle. And for the detox, they want you to take 2 tablespoons of this, and we pour it into a shot glass. It's like a shot of Sone 7.
Right, but you got to make it fun.
And so cheers. So step 3 is very much part of that bentonite clay, and this is the psyllium powder. Bentonite clay and the psyllium go together. Some people even do it in the same drink. I've read reports, and specifically in this detox, they want you doing it separate. They said it actually is more effective this way, but it can be referred to as a P&B shake. Part of the P&B shake is 2 teaspoons of the psyllium husk powders, and we use the Yerba Prima. So as soon as you pour the water in here, you got to just down it because it gets very thick fast. I'm just gauging here that this was about 8 ounces. Also, after drinking this, you should drink another 8 ounces of just water, because you don't want this stuff in your system without water to help kind of push it through. This is the hardest part.
This stuff gets really disgusting and hardcore.
This is the psyllium. I don't mind. It has no taste. It's fine. It just has a little bit of texture.
Texture, like glue.
I'd recommend washing the glass as soon as you finish drinking it, because again, I think this stuff would get very hard to clean if you let it sit. Little insider tips here. So step 4 is doing yoga, and they recommend 20 minutes to an hour. And I've been finding that I'm really enjoying this one, which is specifically for detox, by Maya Fines. But anyway, I really do like this, and this is an hour tape.
As far as you can back.
Make sure you lock your puppy up. Bugsy.
It's smothering me. After yoga, you need to take a shower. But before you shower, you need to dry brush. And this is another detox method. And it basically helps take the dead cells off the skin. Get one with a long handle. These are pretty inexpensive. I think like $15, maybe less. And what you want to do is brush towards the heart. And you would actually start with your legs and move upward. And that actually feels good. It's invigorating. And you do this before you get in the shower. And also, once you're in the shower, you should also be doing hot and cold. Play with the temperature and do it as cold as you can take it and as hot as you can take it. And this also helps with the detoxification. Okay, so when you get out of the shower, you're going to need to take half a lemon and make some hot water. Do like a hot tea with just lemon juice. Hot lemon water is good for detoxifying the liver. So this is the hot lemon water. Cheers. Now the next step is take 2 AdvaClear, which is herbs and vitamins for detoxifying the liver. And a brand named Metagenics creates this quality, but a very good probiotic, and 2 of each with filtered, purified water. That you should wait a half an hour before you do your smoothie. This is step 8, and this is the breakfast drink, and it's actually one of my favorite parts of the whole detox because it's always so delicious. So it'll be 8 ounces of water. This is another Metagenics product. It's Ultra Clear Plus, and this helps support detoxification. And you would do 1 scoop of the Metagenics. And again, this is one of those things that you have to get in a specialty place. There's options in the detox for other things that are less expensive if you want to do rice protein powder instead of this. But it's your protein, but it's also other stuff in the Metagenics. This too is a Metagenics product, and it's Edifin. And this also helps with the GI support and protection. This makes it taste amazing. I mean, if you didn't want to go this route, you could also use ground flax seeds. So I guess it's a fiber. And this one you use 1 tablespoon for people, so I'm doubling it. One tablespoon of flax oil. And we use the Barleans. What's recommended is the flaxseed oil with the borage oil. The next thing that you would add to the drink is half a cup of organic frozen berries. And this is what makes it into like a smoothie. What I like to add is some fresh aloe. I'm not using the skin, I'm actually cutting that away. And even when I'm not detoxing, I like to add this to my morning smoothies. This is very good for you. There's an added benefit. Later, after I do my drink, I rub these in my hands and put on my face, and it's like a facial. So it's actually awesome for the skin, inside and out. But I also add coconut oil, or it's coconut butter or coconut oil. But this is a raw, organic, extra virgin. There's many brands of this, and it actually has a multitude of benefits. And it's also good. I also give Bugsy this every day too. It's also good for your pets. It keeps their coat and their skin very healthy. Sometimes this will be liquid too. If it's summer and it's really hot, this will be liquid, and now that it's winter, it's solid. So also don't be worried if yours is in a liquid form. And it actually has a synergy effect with the flax oil, where it makes the flax oil, when you put this together with flax oil, it makes the potency of flax oil double in strength. Also, coconut oil, another great thing for the skin. So it's a great moisturizer, and when you're detoxing, you don't really want to put too much on your skin. Whatever you're putting on your skin during a detox, very natural as possible.
Bugsy's going to get coconut oil.
Another thing I like to add is a banana. Because I'm adding that. So I blend it first at this stage. After it's blended, then I'll add the frozen fruits. Today we're using a whole bag of raspberries. I use raspberries, blueberries, or cherries. I like to use these specific ones because they all have like really high antioxidants and medicinal qualities to them. Everything you're having during a detox is organic. The idea is you're trying to get the pesticides out of your body at this point. These kind of chemicals out. This is why you're doing all this. So, the thing too with this is that sometimes I add spirulina to it, which will make it a green color. But also there's a lot of detoxing benefits that are fabulous with spirulina, plus it's a great protein. Google it. I mean, there's a lot of great benefits to spirulina. Yeah, a yummy sherbet. Cheers.
Cheers.
Delicious. Really, really yummy. This is my favorite part of the detox, is this drink. We're making ourselves some green tea, and during the detox you're allowed to have up to 2 cups of green tea, but it has to be decaf. So you really should get off of your coffee or caffeinated beverages 4 days at least before you start the detox, because the caffeine withdrawal is pretty intense, and that in itself is something. I get a headache for 4 days, when I'm drinking coffee daily. So really don't try to deal with that and this. We're doing a decaf green tea, and we're going to warm up with this. But I want to get out in nature, and that is part of it, is they want you to get out for a walk and be...
But baby, it's cold outside. But baby, it's cold outside.
So during the detox, they also recommend getting out and going for a walk, maybe about 20 minutes or so. And getting out in nature is really good for the soul. So now we're going to do 2 magnesium pills. And we use the Solgar magnesium citrate. So the next step is to have ultra broth, Dr. Mark Hyman's ultra broth. And he suggests you have this 2 to 3 times a day. The amount that we're going to make here is for about 10 cups, so that would be 10 servings. I use 10 cups of filtered water and I put it in the pot, get that going, and then I use 2 carrots, 2 celery stalks. This is like a sweet potato. I'm going to use a beet and daikon radish, an onion, a yellow onion, and the stems of shiitake mushrooms, greens, broccoli stalks, and I'm going to throw it into the broth while I'm doing the detox. Any kind of greens are great, dark leafy greens. Also, I'm going to throw in ginger and garlic, about 2 cloves of garlic, and about this much ginger would be good. But what you really want with the broth is that the minerals will still be there, and that's what you're drinking the broth for, is for all this vegetable minerals. Also, what I like to add is some kelp to it. Kombu. This is a very wonderful bean tenderizer. Put in about this much of kombu too into it. And that'll add a little bit of saltiness too, which is nice since this diet is salt-free. So I'm about to chop everything up and put it in, and then we'll have broth. Later you're going to have to filter it out. You don't want the pieces too small. And I'll just add the ginger with skin on. And actually with this, you could even leave the skin on the onion, and this will add also some nice color to the... I really do like adding beet. I know it's adding a lot of sugar, but it makes the color really pretty. Oh, you don't use any nightshades, no peppers, no tomatoes, or potatoes, regular potatoes. You can use a sweet potato, or the seaweed. Kombu, the seaweed goes in. Broccoli stems, shiitake stems. This could be used for doing green juices as well. So that's another thing too that you should be kind of adding to this detox is green juices. Realizing that you're getting a nice variety of different things, so you're getting different kinds of minerals. And dandelion, I forgot to mention, is a really great thing to be eating and putting in here for detoxing. That's a wonderful, almost like a superfood. You prepare it for the week. You know, you make a batch up and then you can put it in the fridge, and then you can heat it up as you need it. Okay, so I turned it off and I let it cool down, and now I'll drain it. I'm pouring the broth and I'm straining it. I have a big bowl underneath and a strainer. All the liquid out. Last bit of it.
So it will drain and then it'll become broth. And the part that everybody hates is, what happens to this stuff?
It seems so wasteful, but that needs to be thrown away. It's not to be eaten. Because what you're really doing the broth for isn't the nutrition and vitamins, but it's for the minerals that are in there. Have lots of lovely minerals, and it'll be very soothing and warming to drink this.
We'll have some.
Yeah. For the broth, we have lunch, and really what they want you to do is 2 cups of steamed or sautéed vegetables, 1/2 a cup of brown rice, and 1/2 a cup of your protein. When I was going into vegan with it, 1/2 a cup of beans. Now that I went raw, I'm doing like a nut pate, and this one is using sunflower seeds and almonds that have been soaked. I'm going to add that to a salad that I've made. But if you want some great raw recipes, I highly recommend this book, especially to start off with. And it's called Raw Food Made Easy, and this you don't have to buy any special equipment. It's just, you know, using a blender or a food processor.
Who is it by? Jennifer
Kornbleet, and that's her name down here. That's her, I guess. I mean, that is her. And this recipe is based on one of her recipes in the book, which is called, not tuna pate is what she calls it, but really it's a nut pate. And this is where we're getting our protein.
On page 68.
There you go, page 68. Also, there's other great recipes in here, and it's a wonderful way to start intro into raw. Oh, this is quinoa that I'm using rather than the brown rice. I like the quinoa because it's another form of protein, and it's a non-gluten grain as well. A half an hour before dinner, we take our 2 probiotics and 2 AdvaClear, which is for liver support. Okay, this is dinner. And for the detox dinner, they really want you to have 2 cups of vegetables, steamed or sautéed, and like brown rice or a grain, about 1/2 a cup. And what we're having is quinoa and quinoa pasta mixed with a pesto, which is multiple greens in it, kale salad, and broccolini with mixed vegetables that have been steamed. And then after dinner, the last step before we go to sleep is to do the bentonite clay and the psyllium, and then take 2 magnesium. And we start it over again tomorrow, And we'll continue this for 21 days. And that is the detox.